As the title expects, I'm going to update you guys on the iPad Pro 2018 because we are closer and closer to Apple probably doing something anytime this week or next week, unveiling maybe an event or something to unveil the iPad Pro. I will discuss the Macs later on, but I want to focus on the iPad Pro because there are some stuff you guys do need to know that are rumored, and some of them heavily confirmed or heavily rumored to be confirmed that will be happening on these models. So the iPad Pro 2018 is expected to have a refresh. Obviously, Apple always does. This one, though, will line up with what Apple's going for, a more screen and less bezels. Also, ignore the ringtones. I think my phone is blowing up with notifications. So let's break down the rumors and the details. So first up, before we even talk about the size or anything, we gotta start off with the processor. Now, we were expecting, well, I wouldn't say we, but I think people were expecting a refresh from the iPad Pro when the iPhone 10 came out, but they didn't do that. They instead kept it with the A10X Fusion chip, or A10X, whatever you want to call it. But now we thought that they were going to do an A11 Bionic or an A11X, which would have been cool, but it turns out we are not going to see that, and that chip is never going to see the light of day. If it happens, it happens, but I highly doubt an A11X will ever come to existence. Instead, we will be getting an A12X processor, which is pretty much similar to the A11 Bionic anyway, so that will enable right away to transition into the 2018 iPad Pro display. Now, we're expecting it to go edge-to-edge display, obviously. There will be no home button, and it will have gestures, because if you use iOS 12 and you notice how everything works with gestures, that's what the iPad will probably be leaning towards. Since those bezels are very, very thinned out, if you look at the cover, and I will send leaks and rumored images and draw-ups of it, I'll leave it in the description, you can check it out. The bezels are so thin that what they may do is fit the Face ID camera to literally blend in with that bezels. You don't need a notch, you don't need any of that crap, so thank God if they don't put a notch on an iPad. I swear to God, if they put a notch on an iPad, I'm gonna fucking cry. But there is a high chance there's no notch, because those bezels are so small you could fit the cameras in. It will also have the true depth camera system like before for Face ID, and it will work horizontal as well, even in landscape. Pretty much the same. Now, this is where the rumors start to pile in now. So now it's rumored that there will be a USB-C port on the iPad Pro, so it can put out 4K HDR external displays. Now, that's pretty big, because now Apple is going to start to transition into USB-C. But remember, if you guys remember, I made a video about Apple transitioning into USB Type-C, how I said there could be a few problems here and there. I'm going to leave that video right in the corner over here or over there, wherever I decide to put it. Check that out. I did state that Apple removing the Lightning adapter too soon and stuff. I talked about that. But again, there is benefits to USB Type-C. The MacBook Pro works with Lightning. It works with USB Type-C. If the iPad works there, you got two products right there. The iPhone's fast charge by USB Type-C to Lightning adapter. Next up is only iPhone, so iPhones will have to get USB-C. But the point is that if they do that, they're going to have to start changing things over, most notably for iPad Pro users and Apple Pencil. So it's rumored that Apple will also introduce a new Apple Pencil. For those that have the Lightning connector version, this is what we're used to, but Apple will probably introduce a newer one. I would expect it to be like the AirPods. You flip it open, works like Bluetooth. You don't have to, plug it into some stupid thing. But if Apple decides to put a USB-C port on it, whatever. And then you have the magnetic connector, which is said to be moved around in a new position. And with that said, it looks like it will probably be on the standard size, not landscape mode. And it looks like it'll be more versatile with third-party accessories. And finally, if you want one more final rumor, that this is a heavy rumor, the display will be OLED. I do not believe that. Because, first of all, who wants an OLED iPad that will cost $1,000? I mean, if you want it, go ahead. But I think they're going to stick with LCD, because an iPhone is one thing. A MacBook Pro has a Retina display, and it's literally the best Retina display it has on a MacBook. So, put a Retina display, keep it with an LCD Retina display, whatever you want to do, go ahead. I think Retina and LCD are probably what's different. I don't give a fuck, bro. My brain's not even thinking. But stick with the Retina display. I think that that's the best route to go. And adding these new features and also updated cameras will also justify the price a little more. But I could see the iPad Pro going up an extra $100 because of those changes. I don't know. So that's everything you need to know about the 2018 iPad Pro. Let me know down below, what do you think of the iPad Pro? Anything you guys want to know, any questions, I'll gladly answer in the comments. I gotta get going, so thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications. Thanks for watching, and peace.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's